Hey guys, and welcome back to more Magic the Gathering speculation. Today let's continue sifting through what we know about the world of Amonkhet, and see if we can make some interesting and hopefully accurate predictions for the block's story. Again, I'll be working off information provided by Jay through his blog and Tumblr, and you can find all his stuff linked in the description below. With that, let's start talking about this Trial of the Five Gods and the worthy of Amonkhet. In the last speculation video, we talked about God Pharaoh Nicol Bolas and his potential plans to create an army using this Trial of the Five Gods tournament to weed out the weak and perhaps ignite latent planeswalkers on the plane. Now, those who pass the trial and are accepted by Bolas become known as the Worthy, which is more like a title than merely a description. We have to assume that the Worthy aren't just the ordinary people who complete the trial, if that's even possible, but are almost exclusively made up by planeswalkers. Okay, so that's all well and good. The Worthy will be Bolas' elite group of super loyal planeswalker warriors, but what does a Worthy even look like? Well, maybe we've already seen one in the lore. Let's take a closer look at Ashiok the Nightmare Weaver. Ashiok is a planeswalker that was heavily featured in the story of Theros. They control a dark magic that can manipulate and even bring the fears of beings into reality. Why was this genderless, strange-looking planeswalker on Theros? Well, because the dreams of Theros seemed more potent than other worlds they had visited, and they even attempted to build a god of nightmares to hold dominion over Nyx. To say they were experimenting with their powers would probably be accurate. So, Ashiok's a strange, shadow-headed planeswalker who loves nightmares. Weird, but what evidence can we show that they may have come from Amonkhet? It's been a major theory in the community since its art released. This character just isn't wearing the right stuff to be from a plane inspired by Greek culture. We all knew that Ashiok probably wasn't born on Theros, but since we didn't get much of a backstory, there just wasn't anything else to guess from other than the clothing worn. Many more qualified experts pointed out that the liberal use of gold and chain links reminds them a lot of royal garb of ancient Egypt, but since no such plane existed back then, it remained just a theory. Lo and behold, Amonkhet is now just beyond the horizon, meaning we may have just found Ashiok's home plane. This theory is given even more credit when you examine the cover for the Amonkhet art book. The shoulder guard worn by this planeswalker looks very familiar to one worn by the Amonkhet native. It may be small, but it still adds legitimacy to this being Ashiok's world of origin. So if Ashiok really is from Amonkhet and its planeswalker spark ignited there, there's a fairly significant chance that it could have been expressed as a result of Bolas' Trial of the Five Gods. I mean, we do suspect it's designed with that specific goal in mind. This means that if Ashiok did successfully complete the trial and become a planeswalker, that they're probably the first Worthy we've seen in the lore. Yet, we still don't fully understand the purpose of these Worthy. We assume that they're the army of Nicol Bolas, strong, loyal, and without alternative motives. Yet, Ashiok, if they are a Worthy, doesn't really fit the bill. Jay lays out two different scenarios, pathing a story that sees Ashiok as either a loyal agent of Bolas, or one who seeks his destruction. As an agent of Bolas, Ashiok could be testing the limits of their power on Theros to better serve the Master, messing with the godly realm of Nyx and creating gods themselves, in order to perhaps make such a realm on Amonkhet for Bolas. Yet, as a god killer, we know that Ashiok sees fear and nightmares as the great equalizer of the multiverse, bringing down both strong oppressors and weak peasants alike. Quote, Ashiok terrorizes foes with their darkest, most closely guarded nightmares. Ashiok delights in fear-mongering and reducing superior beings to quaking cowards. Now, does that sound like someone subservient to Nicol Bolas? No, but then again, they could work for Bolas without being an ally of him. The jury's still out on that one. The Worthy, Nicol Bolas, Amonkhet, and now Ashiok being mixed all in the middle of it. Is it a far-out left-field theory? Maybe. But if you look at the evidence and the fact that we just haven't gotten a lot on this character, it starts to make a little sense. It's going to be hard to see Ashiok anywhere but Theros, but they must have come from somewhere, and I'm really hoping it's the world of Amonkhet. I, for one, find this to be one of the most interesting designs for a Planeswalker ever, and I really hope their story gets fleshed out with a return as a worthy of Amonkhet. Anyway guys, I want to know what you think about Ashiok being a worthy of Amonkhet in the comments below. Let me know your own theories. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like, share, and subscribe for all the latest MTG news and lore. Again, please check out all this info and so much more from Jay. You can find his pages and social media linked in the description below. I really recommend you guys checking him out. As always guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.